What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 111 of the Get It Out podcast, where we talk everything New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined Sam Morell by Cunningham, Reich, Sam Morell, and our special guest, Emily Van Buskirk. You can listen to the podcast right now on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, and you can watch the podcast right now on YouTube. I'll just show up also social media at Get Your Game On. With all that said, it's time to get your game on. Yo, guys, football's back.
Don't remind me.
All right, Michael. We'll torment you later on in the show. We'll torment a bunch of
Adam.
Man, how about them Ravens, guys? How about them Ravens?
They lost. They beat a shitty Jets team.
How about them Giants? How about
the
them
Ravens are better than the
Giants?
Giants. You know that. Stop the cap.
First of all,
How
the
about them
Ravens
Eagles? How about them Chiefs? How about every single team that us Michael's rooting for except the Cowboys? Oh, and also the Jets.
Well, actually, the Eagles aren't. The Eagles are like a mid team right now. The Eagles are doing better than I thought.
That was just a lucky victory. That was just a lucky win. They should have lost.
All right.
And first of all, the reason why the Giants won that game because of a missed field goal by the Tennessee kicker.
All right.
That's the only reason why you motherfuckers
We'll
won
get
that
to
game.
all that like later on in the show.
You got me heated. And first of all, you cannot beat Brady. Brady has never lost a week one game in his career. Let's just be real, okay?
Right.
So all y'all can just suck my
Adam,
left dick and suck my dick and move
You
on,
did this,
okay?
Adam. I hope you know that.
I take full responsibility. We'll talk about all NFL later on the show, but it's also like we haven't had a chance to talk college football yet on this podcast because college football is out 2 weeks in. So we said, why not bring a guest on to help us do our first college football episode of the season. Alex, this is your guest. Introduce her.
So this is Emily. I've been in contact with her on Twitter for now. I'm not sure when I started, but it's been a while. And she covers a lot of the AAC conference. And she's been to a couple games for the start of the season, and she's just been very active on social media, and I every day I loved going on her page and seeing what she tweets, and she does amazing work.
Thanks, Alex. That was so nice. That was like the nicest intro I've ever had.
Yeah, definitely welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you guys so much for having me. Unfortunately, I cannot keep up with much of the NFL conversation unless it pertains to fullbacks, but I'm ready to answer and chat about college football because what a couple weeks it's been already. It's been insane.
Yeah.
Let's go. Alabama almost lost last Saturday. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
That game was crazy.
All right,
bro.
So I'm not the biggest. Yeah, I'm not the biggest college football fan. So I will let all my Michael, Alex, Sam, you're all a bit more into college football than me. So
Sam doesn't watch college football.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as
Well,
someone
I
who
watch a little. I'm
but Alex and
I'm not an
Alex,
avid
you two
fan,
are the
but I
college football
watch.
gurus
So.
here. So
Well, Sam,
I'll just ask.
I want to ask Sam a question. Sam, what game did you watch this last weekend?
Actually, I didn't watch a game this last weekend, to be honest.
He's a fake college football fan. He's a fake college football fan, Emily.
No, he said sometimes. I get it. I was just saying I was gonna start with the game that he saw so we could talk about it, but that's okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah. So I'll answer the opening question. Then Michael and Alex, you guys can take it from there.
Let us ask the opening question. You know nothing about college football.
I'll ask the opening one. Just break down this college football landscape.
Ask the question already. Jesus.
I did break down the college football landscape. That's the question.
Thank you. He was going on and on like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, it's fine. I think it's very early to, obviously we're heading into week 3 and it's early to kind of understand what the terrain is going to look like for this season. But that being said, we've already had some crazy games You guys mentioned the Alabama-Texas game. And of course, that's going to be the biggest draw. I personally didn't really watch much of it because it doesn't have appeal to me. I didn't think Texas was back, so I wasn't really worried that they were actually going to win the game. Nick Saban always finds a way to win. So like, I just didn't, I've seen Bryce play in person. You know, it is what it is. It's too soon. I'm more interested in these other games that we have going on where you get to see out of conference teams playing each other, right? So like, for example, Notre Dame and Marshall. We saw Marshall upset Notre Dame, who everybody thought was on this trajectory of like Marcus Freeman's first year. They're going to be great. Yeah, they lost to Ohio State, but they did work. And not only that, their quarterback gets hurt. So that changes the whole trajectory of Notre Dame's season in one Saturday afternoon. And that's crazy to me to see. And that's kind of what I love about college football is you can have a great day and beat somebody. You could have a terrible day and lose to someone you shouldn't. So that, I mean, I think college football is better than NFL because it's more fun. Some of the NFL games I think are not super interesting and the guys don't always play hard right away until it gets to the end, kind of like the NBA. So I love college football. I love watching people root for their schools and I love watching these kids play extremely hard. And if you're an NFL fan, you should watch college football because where do you think your guys come from?
Exactly.
You know?
Guys, let me ask y'all. Let me tell you something real quick.
Yeah,
because I'm kind of college expert. Me, like I watch game day. I watch all college football. Let's just talk about who is the best football team in the country, in my opinion. I'd say the best defense is Georgia to this day. But however, in my opinion, I still think Bryce Young is going to win the Heisman Trophy this year, and I hate Alabama with a passion. I cannot stand. I wish death on Nick Saban. If I was allowed to kill him and get away with it, I probably would do it.
Oh,
wow.
No.
Okay, that's extreme.
Nick Saban.
Calm down, little Michael.
What did Nick
Calm
Saban
down.
do to you?
He made me lose a lot of money over the years because of me taking other teams, but Alabama. But
that sounds like a personal problem.
I won money last year, so bad, sweetheart. I made some money I'm
sure you did, but don't bet against Nick Saban. That's like the only time I've ever seen him lose. I was at the national championship when Clemson beat them. And I credit that more to the quarterback situation and Tua more than anything than I credit Nick Saban. Like, yes, maybe he should have I think personally, he should have made the switch and put in Jalen Hurts. And that would have been a different game for them because Tua was acting like a spoiled brat during that game. But I would never bet against him, just never, because he's Nick Saban.
Now, here's the thing. That LSU team that beat him was nasty. I ain't going to hold you. That LSU team.
Yeah.
Guys,
were.
Here's the thing. That LSU team had Joe Burrows, who is like a blossoming star in the NFL. I was saying how good he was when he was at LSU. Ask anybody. Ask Alex. He'll tell you. I was telling him. He is going to be the best player in the next 3 to 5 years. And I'm going to explain how I think for college football, it's more exciting than the NFL, in my opinion. It's more exciting because the games are more competitive. And you see a lot more different conferences. You see the Big 10 versus the Big 12 versus the SEC. The SEC is probably the best college football what's that thing called? Conference in the whole entire FSC. Let's be real in the football conference.
Well, you know what though? Well, hold on a second. I will say this. I got in a really big fight with David Pollock. You know David Pollock from Game Day?
Yeah.
He and I got in a huge argument conversation at the ESPN Football Awards like a couple of years ago. And I said to him then, this was probably 4 years ago. I said to him, David, I think the best conference in college football is the Pac-12. Top to bottom. And he obviously went to Georgia, so he's a big SEC guy. So he literally sat me down and cornered me and was like, explain to me why you would ever say something like that. Because obviously it sounds ridiculous when you first hear it, right? I get it. But I went on to win him over because, and I'm not talking about the Pac-12 right now, because the Pac-12 right now is a mess. Okay. They don't know who they are, what they're doing.
The Pac-12 is garbage.
Yeah. Right now it's not good. But the Pac-12 6 years ago, you know, back when Stanford was in their heyday, back when Oregon was indomitable, you know, when USC is having a good year, they are a good conference top to bottom because you look at the bottom of the conference, like in Oregon State and Jonathan Smith and what he's doing there. they can beat teams in the conference. But you look at the bottom of the SEC, and literally I could beat those teams. I mean, Arkansas was trash for a while. They're doing better now. Vanderbilt, get out of here. Like, if you have Vanderbilt in your conference, how can you be the best conference? No shot.
Okay, let me explain. Let me wrap to that. You got Georgia, LSU, Florida. You have
Florida is not Alabama. Great this year, but okay.
Well, you go. You know what I mean. In general, like you have,
they had to fire their head coach because they were so bad. So, but yes,
let's just be real. They're the biggest power conference. They're like the ACC for basketball.
I didn't say they weren't the biggest. They are a big conference because the top of the conference is heavy. But do you see what happens when like a guy has been working out too much at the gym and he's top heavy? It's not a good look on the bottom. I don't want to see that. Get that out of here. Work out your legs, my friend. Work out your legs.
I like her, guys. I like her.
Actually, yeah.
What? What was that, Tim?
Nigga, what you trying to say, my nigga? Like, what's up?
Wait, what did you say again? I couldn't hear him.
Nothing, dude. I was talking out loud. Nothing.
We want to hear it. We're all interested.
Just he got no balls. He's just mad that his balls haven't dropped yet. That's what it is.
Mike.
Well, speaking of leg workout, that's exactly what I was doing before I came on this podcast. How ironic.
You nasty motherfucker.
Oh, wait, he's gonna say
so I do actually have a question for you.
Oh boy.
What Alabama game are you actually excited for this year? Because in my opinion, like you said, like out of conference or like lower ranked teams, I look towards more than like the higher ranked teams. Like, for example, like Tennessee versus Alabama, I'm like, all right, that's a good matchup, but like I'm not really excited for it. Just like how this Texas thing was. But like, for example, I'm actually interested in like LA Monroe versus Alabama. That's a game where I'm like, oh, that one can actually go. Like low key, that one could be a fun one to watch. Like that one, like So how do you feel about like those type of games, or like what game do you feel like Alabama like is going to have like the most like intense matchup with potentially?
That's a really good question, actually. And I to be honest with you, like I'm looking at Alabama's schedule right now, and I do like that they play UL Monroe because UL Monroe has a lot of they have talent. Now, obviously, it's a small school, so they can't recruit the way big schools can. But it's like, for example, I was at Auburn this past weekend. That's where I was. And they played San Jose State. Now, at first blush, you're like, why would you go to that game? Auburn's going to roll them. That's a Mountain West team, like whatever. But if you look at Auburn, who's having, this major issue with Brian Harsin, trying to figure out like what's going on. And you look at San Jose State, which has been trending upwards. Brent Brennan's doing a really good job. They got the Hawaii quarterback transfer, who's incredible. They just got this incredible receiver, Elijah Cooks, who's 6'4" and like plays like he's 6'8". It's crazy. And so you're like, okay, maybe this could cause some problems because look at who Auburn has after them. They play Penn State. Right. So they're not looking at San Jose State. They're looking at Penn State. It, even if they don't say it. So to your point, I love those kinds of games. And look what San Jose State did. They had them beat in the first half, if not for the fourth quarter where, Auburn warmed down because they're bigger and stronger and they can recruit freakish athletes. They held their own. They almost beat them, which was wild to see in person at Auburn. But I think for Alabama, it's so like, I don't know what calculated how they schedule, right? Because Nick Saban's not going to take that chance too much to have a non-conference game upset anything in their season. So that's why you're going to see their games be like the Texases and the Mississippi State, and like the Ole Miss game is always such a, and Auburn and LSU. So those are the games they know they have to play well in. So Nick Saban's like, I'm not going to schedule anybody fun outside of conference, but you have to wonder, like, they have a stretch where they play UL Monroe, Vanderbilt, and then they hit Arkansas at Arkansas. And Arkansas is a good team this year, believe it or not. It's like crazy to me to say that, but they're doing really well. So could you see Alabama maybe, be under preparing because they're playing two schools that aren't that great and then get hit hard by Arkansas? Maybe. I might take Arkansas in that game, to be honest.
Oh, guys, I got something to ask you guys real quick. Hold up. Let me ask Emily and all you guys a question about college football. What is your favorite non-conference rivalry, like the SEC versus the Big 12, the ACC versus the SEC for college football? What's your favorite? Like the Pac-12 versus, like, what is like your favorite, like, non-conference rivalry? like the Big 12 versus the SEC, shit like
Who
that.
wants to go? Who's Rutgers' best non-conference rival?
I have no clue.
They're playing
Now,
Temple. They're playing Temple this weekend, so that's
Mine's is
That's 2-0,
the
that's
SEC
2-0.
versus
I
the
can't
Big
complain,
12.
I can't
That's my.
complain.
I like the Big 12 versus the SEC. That's my favorite non-conference rivalry for like
because that's it's like the offense with no defense versus like just the hit 'em smash mouth guys.
Yeah, we got
It's
a
interesting.
we got a good poll. Georgia's number 1 in the whole college football right now. Alabama just fell to number 2. So suck it, Sam.
Oh my God, the rankings right now they don't mean anything currently, right? Like,
hey, Mike, real quick question. Real quick question for you.
Uh-oh.
What's up, bitch?
So, what I just want to know really quick, what happened in March Madness with your Duke team?
Oh!
I wouldn't recommend talking shit after that.
Okay, what's your college basketball team? What's your college basketball team?
Oh, I knew they were gonna win. The fuck.
Oh yeah, so shut the fuck up. Thank you very much.
Anyway,
wise man to the dance.
That's what you call a shot.
Real quick question as well.
But Adam, he's just mad that I beat him basketball 2-0 right now. That's why he really upset.
He doesn't sound upset, to be honest with you.
Now he's just mad that I beat him basketball
I don't think
twice.
He's mad.
Oh,
he's
no,
so
I
hard.
don't get
He's
mad
hard.
easily.
Yeah, he seems fine, to be honest.
So, really quick question for you. How do you feel about the Big 12 this year? Because Clemson is always a really good competitor in football, and in my opinion,
Clemson is in the SEC, brother. ACC.
He's in the ACC. Yes.
Not Big 12.
Oh fuck. So
That's
sorry.
okay, but
ACC.
It's a good question. It's a good question because the Pac-12 is about to bleed, teams out to other conferences. So how do I feel? I hate college football conferences right now. I know you don't probably watch too much and maybe you don't care, but it makes me so mad that all of this trading is going on. It feels like backdoor, dirty deals going down between all these schools. USC didn't tell anyone they were going to leave. They were just goodbye. How does that
But then they had their suspension, but they had their suspension though. The USC
they're always suspended for something. I mean, at this point, most colleges should be. Even the small ones are breaking rules, but
every college is breaking rules.
Yeah, they're all doing it. I'll tell you this, as a basketball fan, I'm a Kansas fan. I've been a Bill Self fan since the Kirk Heinrich days for no particular reason other than I like how they play and I like how he coaches, but I'm not ignorant enough to think that he doesn't do some shady shit behind the scenes. They all do it. They have to,
And this is why, here's my thing. It's not that I don't like college football. I watch it from time to time, but the reason why I'm not a big fan of it is because the conferences is just so confusing. For example, the college basketball, it's okay, while you do have separate conferences for some teams, most of the teams are just in one conference or the other conference. Or baseball, you kind of get what's going on there. Football, you have 8 to maybe even 9 different conferences, I think. And then in those things, you even have the East and the West. And it's just sometimes it gets really confusing, what teams they're going to verse.
Yeah.
And which conference fair. And is it East or is it West? It's just this whole thing. And I'm just
that's
I can't keep track of it.
Okay, but to be fair, I think the NFL the way the conferences are done is I'm not embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed to be I don't understand the East and the West and the NFC and the AFC. I couldn't tell you where even my local teams are because that's confusing to me. So I think it just depends. If you're more passionate about it, then you'll buy in. And I'm sure you could tell me every team in what division they're in and who their rival is. And I couldn't even tell you what the 49ers are in. You know what I mean? So
49ers are just god awful. Alex, ask the next question.
This is your guess. You haven't asked that question yet. Go, buddy.
Yeah, Alex.
How are you going to invite her and not ask a question? Shame on you, bitch.
This is the thing. This is the thing. Alex is so talkative when I think, but when we actually start recording, he's the most silent one.
Yeah, he's a bitch with it. He's the biggest.
I think he's got a lot. He has a lot of good thoughts and opinions. I did his podcast. I know he asked me very good questions. I think he's just a guy that's processing everything. Exactly. He's not a loud guy. He's taking it all in.
Exactly. Sorry,
Nah,
Alex, go ahead.
Alex I know didn't shut the fuck up. That's
Alex, go.
So besides the Penn State Auburn game, the only other game I found intriguing for this Saturday to watch is the Texas A&M game against Miami, and I wanted your thoughts on that matchup.
great question, A Boogie.
That is a good question. And that's actually the game I was going to be covering. But I am not. But that was the one that I had circled that I was going to go and cover because it's a weirdly traditional matchup between the two teams. They do play each other and they have this kind of weird rivalry. And it gets very, very chippy. And you're looking at a Miami team 2-0, but I don't think that really reflects how I think they're overrated right now. Like I think they're sitting at 13. I don't think they're as good as that belies. And then Texas A&M has struggled a little bit, right? Like we saw them kind of falter last weekend. And so they're at 1-1 and it's going to be at Kyle Field. And from everything I've heard about Kyle Field, it's crazy. And it's just probably the craziest environment, one of them in college football. So the App State beating Texas A&M was insane.
Yeah.
And I think that has more to do, and I've been to App State, that has more to do with them being just absolute psychos than anything else. Even though I know the game was at Texas A&M, like the way App State plays is like burn it down. They're just a burn it down program. Like they don't care. So that was like, I just think Texas A&M wasn't ready for it this early. But this Miami game, they have it at home, which is good, but it's definitely going to be a challenge for them. But I think Miami still wins, honestly.
Yeah, one other quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on College Game Day being at Appalachian State?
Oh boy. So I think we talked about this last time on your podcast, but I am not an App State fan. I went there 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago, because I was so excited. The Field of Dreams, that's what we call it. The college football Field of Dreams. It's beautiful. It's nestled like in the forest back there in the mountains in Boone, North Carolina. And I was very excited to go. So I went out for the Marshall game. This was at the beginning of the year, I think last year. And it was fun for a while. Then I went out into the crowd. It's a bunch of very hammered, like students and adults and parents and everybody's just like very drunk, which, okay, that's fine. Like I'm not used to that because we don't do that at Stanford. The Pac-12 is a little more reserved, but do you, I'm not going to judge you. But at the end of the game, App State beats Marshall by 1. Great. You think you're happy you won. No, these fans, I'm standing where the Marshall team comes out and the way they have to go up the field is up this ramp and they have to walk across the concourse where everybody is to get into their locker room. And this ramp is not covered. It's just open air. And so there's fans lined up, basically like throwing things at them, booing them, telling them they're going to kill their mothers, that they should kill themselves.
Whoa.
Just like, and so I'm videoing it, right? Because it was awful.
There were some white people. That's some white people shit.
It was some very ignorant, like stuff going on. Sorry. And yes, it was mostly white people.
To be honest, I'm not even surprised.
Right?
It's the dirty side.
Surprised.
It's like trash talk is fine, like in sports, like but like there's lines that like
there's a line, right?
You don't talk about nobody's mother. You don't talk about nobody's mother.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not a prude.
Everyone, I'm a basketball coach for like my town, like 6th grade to like 8th grade. The amount of shit I've heard, it's like, and remember, these are kids. I literally walked into a playoff game one time with 6th graders and versing a different town. I'm not going to mention the town.
What's the town, Sam? What's the town, brother?
No, I'm not going to say the town. I'm not going to put them on blast. But at first, they were like being loud and rowdy, and I was like, okay. But then all of a sudden, they're calling like my 6th graders like slurs.
Oh my
god! Like bad slurs, to the point where I was like, okay, we need to get the cops. Like it's getting that bad. And this is 6th graders.
You guys got the cops involved?
That's awful.
The cops were there, and I'm just like, bro, this is a fucking 6th grade game.
That's insane.
So like, I'm not even surprised when people do like this stupid type of shit.
I wasn't like, I'm not a prude. I wasn't surprised by it, but I think it was what took me aback is that they had won the game. It's one thing if you lost and you want to be mad about it, whatever. but App State had just won. And instead of like celebrating and being like, yeah, we won the game, they decided to converge on the other team and just like say these things. So I took the video, and then they started seeing me taking the video. So they turned on me, and I actually started getting like yelled at and called names and things. So I narrowly escaped back to the press box. It was the most unsafe I've ever felt as a woman in this industry. And
Guys.
I tweeted out the video, and Kirk Herbstreit quote tweeted it the next day and was like, this is despicable. Like, we need to. And so actually what I'm proud of is that App State then covered the tunnel. Like, they made a bunch of changes to the fan policy. They made changes to the drinking policy, and they made changes to the tunnel to keep players safer. So I was like really glad that like, I don't want to be a narc or anything, but like, that was awful. So
you 5-0?
No, but I'm going to hold people accountable. Like, you can't be screaming at 22-year-olds to kill themselves because they lost the game by 1 point. Like, that's crazy. So to your point about game day being at App State, I am very concerned for the amount of things they're going to have to cut away from the shenanigans that are going to go on live TV. Like, if I'm you, I would watch this live because some shit is going to go down. Like,
let's go game day.
It's going to be crazy.
What channel's the game on Saturday?
Emily, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear about that. First and foremost,
guys, let me explain something about game day.
I really feel like it just shows something that we've learned these past 2.5 years. People are nuts. People are literally insane.
No, I think it's even worse that they do it now, because I don't think anyone's really realized the amount of football players in general that have died because of like suicide or stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's one thing if you even say that at an NBA game, it's like, or even like a basketball or baseball game, it's like most of the time nothing's going to happen to them just because they're too big. But like for football, a lot of players have been dying. So like saying those type of things is even like worse now because of the amount of like death surrounded with football.
And I guarantee you these people wouldn't say it. They're on the other side of the fence, and the players can't retaliate. They can't defend themselves. They're not allowed to. I guarantee you if they're out in the street, they wouldn't say shit to them because they're safe behind that fence where they can just, heckle these guys. So it was unbelievable, just awful, and I will never go back to App State because.
Let me explain something. Let's just be real.
Wait, real quick.
Can the black
let's Sam finish, and Michael, you can go.
Yeah, Mike, you're gonna go in a second.
Yeah, a bunch of support.
But yeah, it's like it's like the old quote. It's like, you give someone a mask, they're gonna show their true selves. Mm-hmm. It's like as simple as that. If you cover someone's face, you give them some type of safety net, that's when their true selves come out. Okay, you can
Preach, white boy.
You can go, Mike. I'm Hispanic. Get it right.
Shut up, cracker. All seriousness, let's just be real. You can't change the world unless you change yourself. Let's all live by that quote. Mm-hmm. And let's just be real. Game day is game day. I've been to plenty of game days. I went to Rutgers game day. I went to Georgia game day. I went to Alabama game day. Let's just be real. Game day is crazy. You have a bunch of people that is drinking from 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, earlier.
You're drinking, you're partying the night before.
6 a.m. Yeah, you're probably not stopping. Yes, correct.
You're probably partying the night before.
Yeah.
You're drinking.
Yeah.
And wherever game day is, that's when your homecoming weekend is for college football. Let's be real.
I don't think it's their homecoming this weekend. It's too early.
Nah, but some schools have it like when game day comes for like college for like D1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I watched in Avalon State, App State. Let's just be real. My cousin went there, and she told me they're racist as hell. Excuse me.
There was definitely some racial elements in some. It was just unreal. I haven't seen people,
as a black man.
Yeah,
seeing this, I'm used to it. I had like people. I had a dude that was racist put a SWAT sign on my house in my house,
wow.
And I know how these fans are coming from, and it's just. And everybody knows me. I do BLM for life. That's all. We don't do politics on the show. I mean, that's not about what it would.
Probably smart.
However, this is a no racist zone,
Yes,
exactly.
This is a no offensive zone.
Period.
Right.
We don't offend each other.
Right.
We love to have the little jokey jokes. But kids
I see that.
So Emily looks like a dirty blonde, looking like Paris Hilton, but that's a different story.
Bro, I I know Fat Albert ain't talking right now.
And I know a man that's hiding behind the mask. It looks like a pedophile ain't talking, Sam.
What the?
Oh my goodness. Well, I will say this. I gotta jump off because
My pass the plan.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Let me ask you, because you said before, Emily, about how like NFL fans like they should watch like college football because you're going to know future players, and I have watched college football for like a scouting purposes, like this, like to see like what like players like your teams can potentially draft. So I want you to put on your sky eyes, like talk about like what guys you think are going to be like are going to be big like guys who go like really early in like next year's draft. Like who are you seeing that could be big players in next year's draft?
That's a good question, right? That's a good question.
I already got one, Emily. If my guy ain't picked, we're gonna have a problem.
Who? Well, why don't you tell me who it is? And
Bryce Young, he's the best player.
Is he gonna leave? Like, is that?
He's leaving. He's leaving in the draft. He said it official after the season. He's
Interesting.
leaving.
Okay.
Did he say official?
I didn't know that.
Joey Porter Jr. I'll give you that. I think this is more of an offensive draft this year. This is more of an offensive draft.
There's definitely, especially in the
last year's quarterback class was terrible. This year's there's some pretty good ones.
Adam, the quarterback from Georgia was pretty good. The quarterback that came from Georgia went to the NFL, right? Last year.
Yeah.
He's doing
so.
all right.
Yeah.
I think he's doing it.
Michael, let Emily talk.
No, it's okay. I think honestly it's early to be kind of the guys that I picked like and follow for the NFL. So like last year, Trey McBride was a guy that I did a feature on, and he ended up with the Cardinals, right? And that came on later in the season. So right now, it's really hard to say, hey, watch this guy and keep your eye out for this guy, because we're only in week 3. So if you check back with me in about a month, I'll have a list of guys, skill position guys for you. Definitely. I just was actually asked to be a Doak Walker Award voter. So I'm really excited to be part of the Doak Walker committee this year. So I'll be big running back heavy girl. And there's a couple fullbacks out there that'll be in the draft too. So check back with me. We'll have to do this again, and I will definitely have a list of prospects for you. It's just so early right now, but it is going to be a good quarterback class, and I think there's going to be good running backs as well. Keaton Mitchell is one from East Carolina University who's very, very good, and then the Marshall running back who helped beat Notre Dame, who won the Doak Walker award this week, who won the honors, is going to be great. So we'll check back, and I'll make sure I get a good list for you, Adam.
Alex, remind us to check back. Alex, check back.
I was going to forget.
Yeah.
I feel like Alex is going to forget.
No, he won't. He messages me. We'll chat. We'll be fine.
But Emily, we thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course.
It was great to hear you talk about obviously with sports culture and college football. It was great to hear your insight. So before there you go, just want to make sure this little puck here. Tell us where all those listeners can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is Emilnem, EMILNEM, not Eminem. If you think you're following Eminem, you will be disappointed. That is not it. It has happened before. People have followed me thinking I was Eminem and then unfollowed me when they realized it wasn't. So, but follow along. The season's going to be really fun. I'm going to be covering games all over the country. So even if you're an NFL fan, you want to get to know some college guys that might be drafted, follow along. And I will have that list for you guys next time. Okay.
Awesome. But Emily, we thank you so much for coming on. And you're welcome back anytime. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you guys for having me. Have a fun rest of the podcast talking about NFL.
We will. Trust me.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was Emily Van Buskirk. Great to have all your insight into college football. All right, guys. You know what time it is?
Tour time. I was watching
hot take of the episode time. So Marcellus went, but he's absent, so the wheel technically kind of reset. But as we said, like me and Sam, we already went due to our debate. So this hot take is gonna come down to one of two people. It's gonna be either Michael or Alex.
I'll go today. I got a perfect hot take.
All right. You guys ready for me to spin this wheel?
Yeah, please be the black man. The black man needs to go this week.
Wheel is spinning, starting now. The hot take for episode 111 will be done by slowing down. It's slowing down. What's it gonna be? It's Alex Reich.
Alex, if you switch with me,
I
have the greatest hot take. Alex, please.
You want to switch? Alex, are you agree to switch?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, I love you, you son of a bitch.
Okay, Michael, it's your hot take. Go ahead.
Yes, victory is mine, bitches. But all seriousness, I'm going to talk about why Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, and LeBron James is the best all-around player. There's going to be a difference.
Okay, I was about to say this isn't a hot take, but
I'm
intrigued. Now I'm intrigued. No, I'm intrigued. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Everyone says, and Sam is probably going to agree with this as much as everything I'm going to say. Michael Jordan is probably the greatest basketball player of all time. But if you talk about all-around player, the player that can do it all is LeBron James. It's just like, if you see the top 3 basketball players you see on the earth is MJ, Bron, or Kobe or LeBron, whoever is on your list. But
bro, I just didn't know. What type of good shit did you have today? I just need to know.
All right, all seriousness. That's not my hot take. I'm fucking with you. My real hot take is why Derrick Jeter is the greatest shortstop of all time. That's my hot take.
Okay.
I say Derrick Jeter is the greatest shortstop of all time. If you're talking about making the team better, Derrick Jeter has made every Yankee team he made better. Ever since he got into the door, in my opinion, he's a better leader. He knows how to take command of his team. I consider him the Michael Jordan of baseball. Let's just be real. The winning pedigree.
Now you're going a little.
Michael Jordan called him the Michael Jordan of baseball.
Well, yeah, because him and Michael Jordan are close.
Oh, fuck you, Sam.
But go ahead.
I just think that he.
Honestly, I'm just gonna be real with you right now. Your first hot take, the joking hot take, that shit was more interesting than this one right now.
That shit was more interesting.
Okay, I'll do my joking hot take then.
You gotta do it. Continue it.
All right, here's the thing. I say Michael Jordan is probably the greatest basketball player. No, the man, but LeBron James is an all-around player.
All right, so let me explain. You're saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, but LeBron James is the best all-around player. So elaborate on that for me. Elaborate on that. How can Michael Jordan be the greatest basketball player of all time, but not be the best all-around player? Explain.
It's talking about the greatest player is Michael Jordan in the NBA. The greatest all-around player, like shooter, defender, passer, or athletic ability is LeBron. But the best game player, the one that can average 28, 26, and 6, Michael Jordan. Let's just be real. LeBron makes everybody better. And I hate LeBron. And this coming from me. I cannot stand this man as a basketball player. I think he makes, for example, every team he goes to, he makes them into the playoffs. When he was with Cleveland, he only had 1, 2, 3 bad years in Cleveland. Then he took them to the playoffs every year. And his only year he missed the playoffs since he's been the best player in the planet right now was 2018 and 2019 when he got hurt. And he hasn't missed a first-round series. That's how I think he's a great overall player. He made Mo Williams an all-star, who was terrible. Adam, you remember Mo Williams?
I remember Mo Williams.
Sam, you remember Mo Williams, brother?
Yeah, the random guy that scored 50.
He was literally LeBron's second best player for a long
he made
time.
He made him to an all-star. He made Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who was a good player, a good center, into a premier all-star. Here's the thing. He made a lot of great players. He made Daniel Gibson a good player. He wasn't an all-star, but he was a great player, not all-star player. And the thing about Jordan is he made a lot of people better, but he broke down his teammates. And here's a quote by MJ: "If I can't trust you in a regular season, why can I trust you in the playoffs?" That's how the great minds think. Because MJ needed a player he could trust. He had Pippen. He had Rodman. What do you think he traded Will Perdue away? Because he had no heart. He had no soul on the team. If you want to play against Michael Jordan to be the best, you got to play the best. And that's why he's the greatest overall player. He stopped Hall of Famers from winning championships, Adam. Barkley.
Okay.
Malone.
I have one question for you.
What's up?
So what you're saying is LeBron is a better all-around player than Michael Jordan?
Yes, but Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Other than passing and maybe handles, what else can LeBron do better than Jordan?
Okay, passing.
I would give handles to Jordan, honestly.
No.
Yeah, so
Jordan.
No, that's what I said. Maybe handles you can give to LeBron. So I'll give handles to LeBron. And passing, I'm giving
defense.
to LeBron.
Defense.
I would give defense
okay.
to Jordan. I would give defense to Jordan.
Now they were both.
Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year.
I'll say they're both great defensive players. I'm talking about on
LeBron's excellent defensively, but I would give the edge to Jordan.
But I'll also give Jordan. I said Jordan's the greatest player of all time. I said LeBron's just a great overall, all-around player, making a team better. So did Jordan did. LeBron made shitty players into all-stars and great players. And he carried a broken down Shaq into like average making 15 and 20 in his last good year in the NBA. That's all I say.
Yeah, I so let me ask you this. Like we're breaking down like LeBron about you're saying LeBron's better on a player. So here's just who I would give to a LeBron. I would give LeBron passing, I would give LeBron rebounding. Everything else I would give to Jordan.
I say LeBron and Michael Jordan have the same basketball IQ when it comes to the game. They both share the same IQ level. We could agree.
I think their IQ is pretty equal too. I agree.
Their IQ level is equal. They both approach the game the same way. Win at all costs. Let's just be real. Their competitiveness is the same way. Let's just be real. I dare anybody to disagree on that topic. I dare anybody to disagree.
Okay, so is your hot take done?
No, I'm just going over my points. I'm just going over my points.
All right, go over your points.
I mean, LeBron kind of had to learn that. Plus, like, he's not really that type of person to really follow through with it. So
they're both competitive. They're both okay, but however,
I mean, they're both competitive.
They both. Every time they like, let's just be real. I say Jordan, greatest player of all time. Never lost a championship era in sports. Never lost a championship game series. Won in college. Won in the Olympics twice. College 1-0. NBA 6-0. One of the greatest champions, one of the greatest players besides Bill Russell, in my opinion. He won at every level: high school, college, NBA. The last person to ever do that was Bill Russell, which is hard to do. Say he's the greatest player. Makes all best scorer in the NBA was Michael Jordan under 6'6". Was Kobe and Jordan, two great scorers. But I say the best overall player, LeBron's like a second coming of Magic Johnson. Let's just be real. I dare him to disagree on that.
LeBron's an upgrade of a Magic Johnson. Honestly.
He's a second coming. He's the second coming of Magic.
That's not a way to disrespect Michael. That's not disrespect to Magic Johnson, but LeBron's everything Magic Johnson was, and he was a better scorer, and some.
Magic could score. Here's the thing: Magic could score. He just didn't choose to score that much.
But we're talking about who's the better scorer, LeBron or Magic. It's LeBron hands down.
Here's the thing: Magic was a scorer, but he wasn't looking to score at him. You had Kareem that could score. You had Byron Scott. You had James Worthy. You had
I'm not saying Magic
Michael
couldn't
Cooper.
Score, but who's the better scorer, LeBron or Magic?
You got Adam. I'm saying better scorer is LeBron. But however, Magic could score, but he wasn't looking to score. That was not his role back in the day. He didn't need to score.
Yeah.
That's the thing. LeBron is the second coming of Magic, and Michael Jordan has like a lot of people as a second coming to him. The only one that's a recent second coming into Magic, and the guy is my favorite player of all time, God rest his soul, was Kobe Bean Bryant, was the second coming of MJ. If anyone disagrees on that, then y'all do not know basketball. That's the end of my hot take.
Okay. All right, Sam, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Sam, who would you want to go first?
He said he'll be right back.
Oh, he said he'll be right back. All right, I'll go first here. When I first heard this hot take, Michael, I was ready to approve it. I'm thinking, yo, this is interesting. This is a very interesting topic. Like, Michael Jordan's the greatest all-around player, but greatest player of all time. But LeBron James is the best all-around player. I really thought this would be interesting, but honestly, you honestly just couldn't really just follow it up with any decent points because I was really if you talk about who's better all around, really what areas is in Jordan's game is are there any deep accent? What areas of Jordan's game would you take LeBron over? Again, the only two I would give you is playmaking and rebounding. Those are the only two at the very least off the top of my head that I can give you. That's what it was a great idea, Michael. I really liked the idea, but you just couldn't fall through it. So sorry, Mike, I gotta disapprove this one.
I know where you live. Be careful. I know where you live.
All right, Sam, you're up next.
Alex, can you go? I would like to be the deciding vote.
Okay, you want me to decide vote? Okay, Alex, you go.
I will agree.
Oh, you're approving.
Good boy.
Okay,
My man.
So Sam, this is a tiebreaker. Go ahead.
Sam, we have to go against Adam. All the times we go against Adam. Remember that. He said that KD was the greatest scorer of all time. Remember that. Coming from a man that said that.
Here's the thing.
Sam.
I'm really conflicted right now.
Sam, just remember, this is the same guy that said D Wade was not better than Kevin Durant.
No, Mike, and that's why I'm saying I'm really conflicted right now. Because I do want to disagree with your hot take because of the thing. However, that would mean I'm siding with Adam. So, what poison do I take? I was really betting on Alex to say disagree, so I could just say I don't have to feel bad.
Adam, Sam, go against Adam. Do what's best for business.
Sam, follow your heart. If you think it was a bad hot take, say no.
Sam,
if you think it
just
wasn't
remember,
good enough for an approval, say no.
Wait,
agendas. No agendas.
Wait, Adam, you said follow my heart?
Yes, follow your heart.
Oh, okay, then I agree because that's what my heart was saying. The fuck.
I then follow your brain. Oh, great! I just blamed myself.
No. He approved. He approved.
All right. Is that final, Sam? Is that final?
It's final, but I'm just gonna say this to you, Mike. You are very, very lucky because
Michael, you just got yourself a lucky break.
Literally, I'm giving you a lucky break because I was about to destroy you. Because I'm letting you know your argument was fucking garbage. But I'm just giving you a lucky break because why not?
Because we don't agree with Adam.
Adam, I feel so bad for you. Like, anytime anyone goes and they give a trash hot take, we're like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Anytime you give, like, a half decent one, we're like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, it's like garbage.
Did you see why? Again. It's like, this guy just said, like, this trash hot take and got approved. Like, all the other trash hot takes, like, when Marcellus said Chris Paul's not a Hall of Famer, that got approved. But when I was like controversial, I have LeBron one little meaty spot. Like I say, he's top 3 on time. You know, I'm hard taking say disapproved. You know what? Fuck this shit. I quit.
I'm not gonna lie though, Mike. Your hot take is really bad. Like, I really wanted to disagree with you.
I know. I did just to see what Adam would do.
It was really bad. Like, dude, other than playmaking, what the fuck does LeBron have over
I just wanted to say a bad hot take. I just wanted to do a bad hot take to see if y'all will agree with me.
I only agreed. I already told you. I only agreed just because I wanted to not be on Adam's side.
We got a guest joining us, guys.
Hey, Adam. You mad at us, aren't you, buddy? Hey, buddy, are you mad at us?
Nah, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Adam, you got Adam. You know what I realize? Every time we have a bad hot take, it always gets approved. And every time you have a bad hot take, it doesn't get approved.
Exactly.
I
really need to revisit that lawsuit I was thinking of. Because there's something fishy going on here. There's something fishy. I think I need to sue.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You know
what? I think I might get a little revenge. I'm just gonna go for a hot take just for hell. I'm just gonna go for a hot take. Y'all gonna slay Kevin Durant like that and say like that. So how about I do the reverse? Not only is Kevin Durant better than Dwayne Wade, not only is Kevin Durant a top 20 player of all time, not only is Kevin Durant a top 15 player of all time, not only is Kevin Durant a top 10 player of all time, Kevin Durant is a top 5 player of all time. Sam, you want to know this? I would take Kevin Durant over Will Chamberlain. How about that?
You just lost a co-host. Goodbye.
Sam, honestly, do you think Will Chamberlain would stand a chance against Kevin Durant one-on-one?
Why you
Will Chamberlain would stand a
Why the
chance?
hell you make him leave?
You really think like Will Chamberlain's would stand a chance dribbling against Kevin Durant? No, Kevin Durant would either A, block or B, steal that shit. And you think Will Chamberlain could even stand a chance of Kevin Durant? He's way too slow. Kevin Durant would either A, just blow right by him, or B, hit a 3 in his face.
Adam,
don't even get me started about Kobe. Don't even get me started about Kobe.
What?
You honestly think that Kobe could beat Kevin Durant one-on-one?
100%, bitch.
Honestly, all Kevin Durant has to do is just go on the post and just do a
Adam,
sky.
I quit. Deuces.
And do a hit. And then do it.
Are you kidding, Adam? Please tell me you're joking, but I know you're joking. There's no way you're not joking.
I am 75% joking. Above that, I'll say 90%.
I just heard some major blasphemy coming out of Adam.
Mike, I just heard what Adam said. I low-key kind of agree.
Dear God, if I gotta kill I gotta kill a white boy today.
Hey,
we're working to hide their body.
You guys remember how much I freaked out at your takes about Kevin Durant? Now it's the reverse. I like this thing. Now I'm reversing. I like this feeling. I like this.
See, Adam. Now you know the power I held for such a long time.
First of all, I held the power, and I just got Judas by Sam. You know, Sam is Judas.
So yeah, my next hot take is gonna be, what's it called? How Jamal Murray is better than Kevin Durant. I'm joking.
Look forward to that.
My hot take.
You know what? My next hot take. I'm going to argue why Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James. Stay tuned for that.
My hot take is on me why Marcus Camby is better than Kevin Durant.
And then after that, I'll just come back and say why Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James, better than Michael Jordan.
Adam. Low key, I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Let's have this debate right now, right here, right now. Who would you rather take, Kevin Durant or Kobe Bryant?
In all seriousness, I'll say Kobe.
Good job, man.
Low key,
Sam.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying. If we're talking like ranking times, okay, I'm ranking Kobe ahead of KD. That's no brainer. But if we're talking about skill, low key, if we're talking one-on-one.
Yeah, back when you just let that cat out of the room.
Okay, I'll wait till Adam.
No,
comes back.
say what you gotta say because I may have to kill you.
No, I'm waiting till Adam comes back.
You want to die today, boy? Are you unmedicated right now?
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready for your stupid opinion, bitch. But go on.
So, low key, one-on-one, or if I had to choose someone to start a franchise with, I might choose Kevin Durant over Kobe.
You what?
You heard him. You heard him.
I might choose Kevin Durant over Kobe. Okay, let's get one thing straight real quick. Everyone
About the
also
guys,
rates
Tim.
Kobe.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no,
Bro, you literally have him number 3 all time. Are you
He
fucking
is.
mind?
He is top 3. Move on.
He's better than Kareem and Magic and Tim Duncan and Wilt Chamberlain.
Sam, you weren't even allowed to see Wilt Chamberlain even play, so shut the fuck up. You on Wilt Chamberlain's dick so much.
You know what?
It's
Mike,
like meat.
Mike,
It's like meat me for God's
Mike,
sake.
let me ask this. Mike, let me ask this. Who's a better Laker all time? Magic Johnson or Kobe Bryant?
Ooh. Even Magic will say Kobe. Let's be real, because Magic's on Kobe's dick. Let's just be real.
Okay. Yeah. Now I know. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Adam, I think I'll have to go on and leave it absence before I kill you and
All right.
Sam.
Honestly, I had this. I don't think Sam was present. I had this argument. The only, if we're talking pure score, if we're talking about as a pure scorer, the only player that I would take over Kevin Durant in terms of pure scoring is Michael Jordan. That's it.
There's a guy that scored 81 points. Average 40 points.
It's one game.
He had the second highest career points.
It's
career
one game.
The brother scored 60 in his last.
By that logic, Wilt Chamberlain was a better. By that logic, Wilt Chamberlain was a better scorer than Kobe.
First of all, Wilt Chamberlain was playing against midgets. That's not helping your cause. And 2, Kobe scored 60 in his last game. Name one player that scored 20 in their last game. The brother dropped 60. 60. Has 2 numbers retired.
Has Kevin Durant not dropped 60 in the past?
Kobe did it for a decade. For a decade, he did it.
How
many
decade. How many 60-point games has Kobe had? How many 60-point games has Kobe had?
A bunch.
Give me the number. Let me look up. Kobe Bryant.
How many?
60-point games. How many 60-point Kobe Bryant had?
Adam, I'm going
to
have to.
He had five. All right.
How many KD have?
All right. Let's say Kevin Durant's not retired yet, so we still got time. How many Kevin Durant? How many?
If he had a 60-point game,
he hasn't had a 60-point game yet.
What were you saying? Shut the
I guess
fuck
why
up,
I was.
bitch.
I guess why I was still take him. If I was as a pure score, I was still like
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up. Sit down.
Because is there a way where Kevin Durant can't score the ball? He gets anyway. He's 6'7". He can score on the post. He's not poor guy like Kells. He has a deadly 3-point shot. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in the game. He can
not a deadly 3-point. He's an in-game shooter, but he sucks when he plays in the All-Star weekend.
Oh my!
What just happened?
You're using the All-Star game to say Kevin Durant's not a great shooter. Oh my god!
Mike.
I just did just to fuck with Adam. I'm just doing it just to fuck with Adam.
Wait, what?
I'm doing this just to fuck with. I'm just doing it.
Pikachu has the take. Oh my god! You know what let me translate. You hear what Pikachu just said?
What do you call me?
He said, "Oh, he's not top 10 all time."
You're on drugs.
Oh my god! That's not me. That's Pikachu. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to this guy.
Tell Pikachu he's going to get killed.
That's a good argument to have because you could put.
Oh my god! Just stop with this fucking blasphemy, dear fucking God! Just kill me, light me on fire, do something, God.
Well, let's put it like this: either we keep arguing like this until the end of the episode, or we go to your Cowboys. Pick one poison.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna either go to football. We're gonna either go to football, or we're gonna continue this and say football for next episode. Michael, take your pick.
Can I just kill you both right now because I know where all you motherfuckers live?
You must pick. Pick your poison.
Adam, go fuck yourself because I'm gonna murder you and I'm gonna murder your dog and I'm gonna murder your cat. I'm going to murder Pikachu. I'm not going to murder your parents because I love your parents. Because you want me to kill you, Sam. I know your family, so I'll just kill you and your whole family. No, but all seriousness, let's go to football because I may have to kill Sam.
Well, yeah, let's go. Okay, because NFL Week 1 wrapped up and the Giants won!
You want a cookie?
Very much
The
like
New York Football Giants won again!
Hey, quick question, guys. Hey,
Yep.
Adam. Hey, Adam, quick question.
Yeah.
So, I didn't watch the game last night. Did the Jets win or did they lose again?
They lost again.
Oh, you fucker! Fuck you! You saw the game.
Yo, guys. Whoever, raise your hand if your football teams want to know to start the season.
Say, Adam, go fuck
There's only
yourself.
one person right now on this podcast that can't say that.
Okay, first of all, Adam, you guys going to choke week 2. Alex, the Eagle, you guys almost lost. And first of all, Sam, the Ravens played against a shitty ass Jets team. That's not a victory for you guys. That's just a blessing. And Adam,
but Mike, what happened with your Dallas Cowboys?
my team's we're playing at Brady in week 1. Brady doesn't lose week 1 if y'all know that.
Oh, but what happened the other games?
And
what place you in?
Everyone else won.
And what place you in?
Wait till y'all choke. Y'all gonna choke.
Well, honestly, I'm not. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not even concerned about the week 1 loss. No, the thing I'm concerned about is Dak.
First of all, Dak's gonna come back
because with Dak being out for 8 weeks, I'm being honest.
Actually, 4 weeks. Actually, he's 4 weeks.
He's 4 weeks. Send me a link. But
it's 4.
If he's out for like a extended period of time, y'all ain't winning the division. I'm saying
we win. We still gonna win. We can still have a chance. Here's the thing. I still have a fight. I believe in my team. We stick for the good team, the good years in the bad.
You guys.
Here's the thing.
All right. Without Dak, let's look at your schedule. The Bengals. That's a loss.
That's a win. Next, because the Bengals lost in overtime, so we could take them. Next.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Then you got the Giants.
We'll spank you guys.
Without Dak, at MetLife Stadium, I low-key favor the Giants in that one.
I'm going to that game, by the way, and I got tickets to that game. And I'm not bringing Adam.
Michael, you bastard.
Because you pissed me off today. No, you pissed me off too many times today, Adam. And I'm not bringing Sam either. Next.
All right.
I went to the game.
Then you got the Commanders. Then you got the Commanders. I'll give you that one because it's at home. Then you got the Rams. That's on the road. That's a loss. That's a
win.
Then you got the Eagles. That's on the road. That's a loss. I'll give you the Lions at home. I'll give you the Bears at home. Loss, and then there's a loss against the Packers, and so over these next couple of weeks, the Cowboys are gonna be lucky to be what 3-6, maybe 4, at best 4-5.
Imagine we win the whole division. Because here's the thing, and let me ask you a question.
Also, without Dak Prescott, I'm gonna say this right now. Without Dak Prescott, you guys are the worst team in the division. I feel.
No, we're gonna win. No worry. We still got Elliott, who played great game 1, even though he got a little bit. He played great.
All right. Can I start glorifying my New York Giants now? Because I'm looking forward to this. I've been waiting for this for. You know when you want to know the last time the Giants won on opening week? You know the last time they won on opening week?
When?
2016. I was still in community college at the time. 2016.
You're having fun with this, buddy. You're having fun.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Saquon Barkley. I mean, I drafted his fantasy and y'all laughed at me. And look at what he did. He went off. He looks like 20. He looks like rookie version of Saquon. He looks like the Saquon boy. He looks like the guy that's good to establish himself as one of the best right now.
That's one game. That was one game.
It's one game. Yeah, it's one game. He's got to keep this up, but he looked amazing. Like really the Giants defense without their two best pass rushers, without the two best pass rushers, still matched a really like a not bad Tennessee Titans team at home to only 20 points. 20 points. The only real question mark for this team is the quarterback. Because Daniel Jones, honestly, I honestly left that game feeling the exact same way about Daniel Jones. It's just he made some nice throws at the end. He got the touchdown at the end. Good for him. But he had some really costly turnovers. So I'm still that interception. That interception, what was it? It was in the book where that interception. That's an interception that rookie quarterbacks make. That's an interception that rookie quarterbacks make. And here's where I'm gonna put out my MVP for this game. Did you guys see what Brian Daboll did to Daniel Jones, the Giants head coach? He got in his face after that interception. He got in his face and he's like, bro, you can't do that. He got in his face. And that's my big takeaway from this game, because Brian Daboll, I'm gonna say for now, going for it, at that game, I was watching live. At first, I was like, but then once I started thinking about it in the play song, I'm thinking, you know what? This organization has been stuck in a losers culture for years. For years, this franchise has known nothing but losing. I like Brian Daboll thinking, you know what? We've got a chance to get a lead here. We've got a chance to set the tone and change the culture. Let's go for it. And you know what? He gives the ball to his best player, Saquon. He gets the 2-point conversion. They do get lucky with a missed field goal. The Giants do get lucky with a missed field goal, and they ultimately win the game. So here's my big takeaway, about this game. Could you say the Giants got a bit lucky this game? Yes. Do they still have some concern? Concerns? Am I going to say right now the Giants are going to win the division? No, I'm not that stupid. But for a team that has just for years has just been out of it by October, really out. Has just been embarrassing. For so many years, it's just been embarrassing in this losing culture. This was just such a huge win. This is just you could not have started a season off embarrassing, and the Brian Daboll, Joe Shane era could not have gone off to a better start. That's really all I have to say about the Giants. May Joe want to ask me any questions about the Giants? Yeah, I can spit them out now.
The Giants still suck.
They're 1-0 and your team's 0-1.
Because we played against Brady. I want to see how you play against Brady and see how y'all do.
Do we even play Brady this season? Let me see. Do we even play Buccaneers this season? No, we don't play Buccaneers this season.
Adam, what's your schedule since you want to be high in money? I'm gonna look. Hold up. Hold that thought.
Honestly, let's talk about their schedule. Let's talk about their schedule right now, because
since you want to shoot Cowboy. Let's see who you guys play. Oh, you guys play the Panthers. Y'all lose that game. Cowboys, lose that game.
No. I say we beat them. I'll say we'll beat the Panthers.
Lose. Cowboys, y'all losing. Bears, y'all may win. Packers, y'all definitely losing. Ravens, the Giants.
I think Panthers, that's a winnable game. If it was on the road, maybe I give that one off. But you know what? It's at home. I see it as a win. I see it as a winnable game. Cowboys, not Dak Prescott. That's a winnable one. I mean, the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, lose.
That's winnable, but I'm leaning more towards I'll lean more towards the L on that one. I'll lean more towards
the
Packers. I'll definitely give us an L. Ravens, I'll definitely give us an L.
The Jaguars,
but the rest of the team, but the last 2 games before a bye, Jaguars, that's a dub. And I would say the Seahawks, that's a dub. So here's gonna be my hot take. I think a 5-3, 6-2 start for the Giants before the bye week is not out of the realm of possibility. I'm not predicting it to happen, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
You're on drugs, my friend.
They just beat the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. What more do you want?
I don't think y'all gonna win the whole. Adam, I'll make a decree.
Yeah.
If your team wins the whole thing, if the Giants win the Super Bowl this year, I will shave my whole head bald.
Your shit's already have.
No, I will go completely. I'll go completely bald. I'll go completely.
I'm not taking you on that bet. I'm not that stupid. They're not.
If you guys win the division, I'll go bald. I will come off and go bald if y'all win the division.
Mm,
And if
I'll
I
still
win,
say no. I'll still say no. Like, I will say no. I think could this after what I saw in week 1, could this team like win a wild card? Kind of wild card spot. I think if you're a Giants right now after that week 1 win and you see their schedule for like at least up until a bye week, I think if you're a Giants right now, you could dare to dream. You could dare to dream a little.
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. And here's my one last point. I hear some fans that used to argue that I haven't heard a soccer fan one, but to all those who may be concerned that the Giants may win themselves like out of the place to drop one of the top quarterbacks this year, guys, please stop that narrative because here's why. Yes, they might not be in position to like draft like one of the top quarterbacks at the top of the draft, but this helps bring a winning culture. So that way, when you get your quarterback, you can just plug right in and you can just take off. Look at for example, look at the Patriots did with Mac Jones. Look at what the Kansas City Chiefs did. They traded up to get back Patrick Mahomes. Look at the Buffalo Bills. They trade up to get Josh Allen. The Giants could always trade up next year in the next year's draft to draft the quarterback. So if you're one of these guys who has the mindset, we need to take the quarterback. I could not disagree with you more with that mindset. All right, that's enough for my team. I want to ask Mr. Sam Morell here me a question, and it's because I want to ask you something about this business game you had against the Jets. You guys really picked it up at the end of the second half, but that first half was I thought you guys were a little rusty. I thought you guys were a little rusty in the first half, but then you guys picked up in the second half with Lamar Jackson. Obviously tore it up, but and Sam, I'll ask you about Lamar Jackson's contract situation, but I just want to get my opinion on it first. Like, to me, this is very similar to like
we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about
that. All right, but here's my thoughts on that. It's this kind of situation to like the Aaron Judge situation where I thought what the Ravens offered, I thought it was overall a fair offer, like $209 million, like all that, like 140 million guaranteed. I think it's a fair offer, but at the same time, I don't blame Lamar Jackson for betting on himself and saying, you know what, I'm worth more. I don't blame him for that. And if he goes out and have a monster year, you know what, he may be good for straight and he's gonna get more. So Sam, the floor is yours. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that.
So far, we have a good start, but after what happened last season, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
Why Sam's blasting me, y'all?
I think Lamar Jackson will be very good this year, and I think our team is very set for the future.
Yeah.
So yeah. However, if we lose Lamar Jackson, I think we're in rebuild mode, but we're not in like a complete destroy rebuild mode. Like we're pretty set still, even without him.
Yeah, I honestly think you guys are gonna be a playoff team.
Stop kissing their ass.
I think the only team that I really like, would scare me like in the division is the Bengals. So I personally have the Bengals winning the division. Because
I have the Ravens winning the Super Bowl, so yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think you guys are a Super Bowl contending team. I think you guys are a Super Bowl contending team. Now to the Jet side of things. I really wanted to talk about this. Did you guys hear the head coach Robert Saleh's interview on the Michael Kay show?
Mm-hmm.
You heard about it?
Yeah, why?
I was asking, did you hear about it?
Yeah. Tell the audience.
Yeah, let me tell this out. So Robert Saleh went on like but after this show, my favorite show, the Michael K show, and really like and he really like he was fired up. He was fired up. He said that he was quote unquote take your seats on all like on all like on all the dowers like surrounding the Jets right now. Here's a quote from him. Here's a quote from him. I know it's going to happen, and we're all take your seats on people who really mock us and say we're not going to do anything. I'll take your receipts, and I'm more than happy to share them all with you when all is said and done. Some people are saying like, "Oh, Robert Saleh shouldn't do that." Oh, that's like we're saying Robert Saleh shouldn't do that. I personally love that from Robert Saleh. I love that. I love that. People are ripping the Jets a new one, and to all people that are ripping the Jets a new one, it's one game, and B, they had their backup starting. They had a backup guy, and Joe Flacco did not play well that game at all. He did not play well that game at all. Here's a little bit. Here might be a little bit of a hot take, because remember in the first half, this game was close. In the first half, this game is close. If Zach Wilson was healthy, this game would be a lot closer, and the Jets might be able to steal this one.
I have a hot take. The Jets and the Cowboys are not even going to be part of the wild card games.
Oh, he's throwing shade at me.
Well, the Jets isn't a hot take. The Cowboys one, I don't think either is a hot take, concerning the Cowboys' injury history thing. But with better,
yeah, why are you guys on the
play,
Cowboys nuts? Why are you guys on the Cowboys dick so much?
Yeah, but Mike, I mean, you're a Jets fan here, so
okay. Then this is a hot take. Then I believe that the Cowboys should start rebuilding from scratch, because I don't think they have a good lineup for the future at all. They should just get rid of all their players.
Well, you mean all their players? You're saying including Dak?
I mean all their players that are not going to be part of the future,
okay.
Every single one of them.
First of all, they need to fire Jerry Jones. That's what they need to get rid of, Jerry fucking Jones.
They should start rebuilding right now.
I mean, I would obviously hold on to Dak because he's your quarterback, but I mean, unless you can somehow find an upgrade, which I don't think you'll be able to do. But I definitely agree. When you look at the receiving core, you look at the weapons they have around them. I definitely think, at least offensively, they're in need of a bit of a rebuild. I agree with you there, Sam.
Adam, shut the fuck up. Sam, shut the fuck up. But
get back to the Jets, Michael. Did you want to talk about the Jets game for a little bit?
No, I'm good. They sucked. But
I definitely think if Zach Wilson, when Zach Wilson gets back, this team, I think this team will start playing better because they could use because Joe Flacco missed some throws. Joe Flacco mixed some throws that I think Zach Wilson would make.
When Zach Wilson gets back for the Jets still gonna suck. Nothing you do is going to change. The Jets are just going to suck until they do a real rebuild. And that's what I'm saying, guys. This is something that's bothered me for the longest time. Everyone expects the Jets or the Cowboys or even my team last year, the Ravens, to do good. But you don't put the right pieces around the right guys. Or you do a half-ass rebuild like the Jets did and rush the fucking process. It's you can't rush a rebuild. You have to get great players around you. If you don't, you're never going to win. I'm sorry. It's just you can never win.
Here's my one rebuttal to that, Sam. I agree you can't rush a rebuild. That's a recipe for disaster. Here's my one rebuttal to how long have the Jets been rebuilding? For at least a decade. They haven't made the playoffs in a decade. It's been years of failure. It's been years of failure for this team. So for you to say they're rushing the rebuild, how are they rushing the rebuild?
Well, Adam, it's because they were doing half-ass moves while they were rebuilding. They would rebuild, and then they'd do a half-ass move by trying to get a great player. and then it wouldn't work out, so they had to restart. And then they would rebuild, and then they'd do a half-ass move. It's like, no, if you're going to rebuild. Don't do half-ass moves. Rebuild.
But I think I said before, like the big thing for this season is Zach Wilson. Like if he comes back healthy and he performs well, and if the Jets fans feel confident about the quarterback going forward, then really and really everything is gonna fall into place. If Zach Wilson plays well and this Jets team wins, 6 or 7-ish games, I honestly think Jets fans will be satisfied. The only problem is if Zach Wilson doesn't play well and this team completely collapses and finishes at the bottom out of the league. Because if that happens, not only would Zach Wilson be on the hot seat, but I think both the head coach Robert Saleh and the general manager Joe his last name is something. I think they will both be gone if they completely cost them and they're just awful. All right, we got one last team to cover here on our football segment. Alex, the floor is yours. Talk about them Eagles.
It was definitely an interesting matchup in Detroit. The Eagles held Detroit by winning by a field goal. And I definitely liked what Jalen Hurts did. His run ability to run the ball was extremely accurate, and as you watched the game last Sunday, if you did, you could see his confidence built bigger than last year, and his accuracy was great, especially throwing the ball to AJ Brown. He had a spectacular game, and he couldn't drop any balls. And I think that Devontae Smith definitely needs to be a better target for Jalen Hurts, as Devontae Smith had zero opportunities for making catches.
0 receptions?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. That's really that's it's one game, but that's almost a red flag right there.
Yeah, and he had, I think Devontae Smith had, correct me if I'm wrong, but he had one good catch, which was a one-handed grab, but I'm not sure.
You're right. He had no receptions. No receptions. Wow.
Yeah.
AJ Brown was their entire a receiving core.
Yeah, and I feel like Miles Sanders was helpful to that offense. He rushed in a touchdown, and he has been good for that offense. Talking about the defense, the Eagles have Marcus Epps, CJ Gardner Johnson. Gardner Johnson and Marcus Epps are really talented defensive players for this Eagles team. And James Bradbury was a good addition for this Eagles
defense.
He had
pick 6, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a very...
Yeah, and guess what happened? The Giants he was a Giant. The Giants had cut him to the captain's races. Thank you, Gettleman.
I still want to see Kaiser White be a better defensive player. I know he had some big plays in preseason, but last Sunday he wasn't really that active. and I also want to see Hassan Reddick be a little more active. I think that he's going to be a really big toned. I don't know how to explain, but he's just going to be a really tough addition to this Eagles defense that will make teams less have less scoring opportunities. And I like the way Fletcher Cox and Milton Williams are playing. I think they're a big addition to the defensive team. And overall, I think this defense is getting somewhere. It's gonna be really interesting to watch how their defense goes come Monday night against Minnesota. I think that being at home and having that momentum will bring some powerful of what they've been practicing during their training camp, and it's definitely gonna be very fun to watch.
Yeah, the only concern I have is you mentioned defense. Well, how the hell did you give up 35 points to the Lions? That's my big concern. Yeah, you go 25 points to the freaking Detroit Lions. That's my big concern with the Eagles. Their defense has to be better going forward.
I think they just got a little tired and towards the end, and that's why they scored that many points. Made it a close game, but a win is a win, and we're 1-0 to start the season, and we got Minnesota next.
Yes. All right. I mean, yeah. Let's wrap up. But before, I did want so you guys mind if I rant for a minute about the Monday Night Football game? Let me just go out on what. All right. Here's the thing. Number one, Seahawks fans are morons for booing Russell Wilson, and number two, the Broncos head coach is the biggest moron on the planet for anchoring the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands with 4th and 5 with 50 seconds left and going for a 64-yard field goal. That was moronic. That's all. Michael, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Did Mike's mic just die?
Can you idiots hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We said no, nigga. I said don't rant, and you ran anyway.
All right. That short rant over. But guys, it's time for our bets of the episode. And once again, only one of us won our bet. Take a guess who that is.
Chris
won. He had East over Cardinals on the spread.
How's a guy winning that's not even on the show no more keep winning?
Wait, did he leave the show?
He doesn't do the show no more because he's busy.
Wait, so it's official he's leaving the show?
Frank, bitch.
All right. Okay.
Yo, Adam got scared for a second.
Okay. We'll talk about that off. We'll talk about that off air. But yeah, Chris just keeps on winning. I mean, he's been on a hot streak. So, all right. So he won, but everyone else lost. I mean, really quick on standings update. Do you guys want me to read the bets, or you just want me to do the standings?
Just do the standings.
Let's do the standings. Marcellus is in first place, 9 stars, 15-20, 177.17 points. Sam's in second place, 8 stars, 13-22, 213.77. Chris is in third place, 5 stars, 14-20 record, 138.22 points. Did I get that wrong? I'm pretty sure whatever. Michael's in 4th place, 5 stars, 12 and 23 record, 176.99 points, 5 stars. I'm in 5th place, 3 stars, 12-23 record for 168.07 points. Alex in last place, 2025 record, 166.92 points for 1 star. All right, here's my bet. I'm gonna make this I'm gonna make this one really quick. I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs over the San Diego Chargers, like on Thursday football on the spread, and I'm gonna do a little same game parlay here. I'm gonna do a little. Should I do a same game parlay? I'll do something minor. I'll go Patrick Mahomes over on the passing. I'll go Patrick Mahomes 250 yards or more. So that's my bet. Chiefs on the spread and Mahomes 250 passing yards. All right, Sam. You say you have to go. You can go next.
All right, I'm gonna make mine real simple. Ravens money line.
What is it? I think we're doing one more show before next week. So if you want, try not to do.
And then I'm choosing Yankees all 3 games money line.
They only play one more game, and it's against the Red Sox tomorrow.
Okay, then I'm choosing Yankees money line, and I'm choosing. That's it.
Okay. Sure, see, I like it. All right, take care, Sam.
That's it.
All right. All right. So, Alex, get your bet in now.
So I will do Guardians money line against the Angels.
All right. Got that.
White Sox money line against the Rockies.
All right, let me get that one. White Sox over the Rockies, correct?
Yeah. And Dodgers at the Dodgers money line against the Diamondbacks.
All right. All right, for Chris, I'm gonna make it simple. Chiefs on the spread. And for Marcellus, you guys want to do Mets for Marcellus?
Yeah, do the Mets.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cunningham. Last up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick the Yankees over the Sox.
Yankees over Red Sox. Okay, that's one.
I'm gonna do a college football bet, but there's no college football on until Thursday. Fuck. Okay. Okay.
So wait, is the WNBA still on?
Yeah, they're in the finals, but
Do that.
that's an impossible bet, though.
Okay, then. All right, fine.
I'm gonna hold up. I want to see who the Dodgers play tomorrow. They play the Diamondbacks. I want to know who's pitching. Is Kershaw on the mound?
Who's pitched tomorrow for the Dodgers? Let me look. It is.
It's TBD.
TBD. Oh, it says Dustin May.
No, I'm not doing that bet.
Okay.
I was gonna pick my second team, but you know what? I'm gonna do. Hold up, the Phillies suck. I ain't gonna pick them for shit. I'll pick the Mets this time. Who they play tomorrow?
Oh, the Cubs.
You know what? I got faith in the Mets. I can't even say it with a straight face. You know what? I'll pick a WNBA bet. I'm gonna go back WNBA.
Okay.
And since I think, hold up, I'm gonna go the Aces over Sun money line.
Aces over Sun money line.
Because Job Wilson is the best, and I'm gonna do a parlay with Job Wilson, 20 points or more.
All right, I'll try to get you.
You could do it. Yeah, you could do it. John Wilson.
I don't know if the sports will let me, but I will try to
They
do
will,
that.
Adam. They will do it. They will do it.
Alright.
John Wilson, 20
All right,
points
all
or
right,
more.
all right. I'll try it. Yeah, if I can't, it'll just be Yankees money line and Aces money line.
Yeah, and John Wilson, 20 points. Give me that, bitch.
Okay. All right, guys, that's all for our bets. That's all for this episode. Should we announce it right now, Michael?
What?
No, or do you want to announce the next episode?
Announce it in this episode.
Yeah, because Sam's not here. So.
Just announce it, bitch.
All right. How about that? I'll give a little teaser to what we're announcing.
Would you just shut up and do it already?
Me, Michael, and Sam are gonna go somewhere next week, and we may or may not decide to turn it into a special. We may or may not decide to turn it into a special.
And it's not church, and we're not going to church.
I mean, on the video side, Nintendo Direct was today, and long story short, it was amazing. Zelda, Kirby, all that shit, it was amazing. I maybe I'll ask Sam about that next episode, but
what, to get a girlfriend?
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask. No, I watched it with my girlfriend. Actually, I watched it with my girlfriend.
Alexandra, he's cheating on you. Run.
Fuck you. Also, PlayStation State Player Day. Really great, really awesome video game day. It was just a great game for me in general. All right, guys. Any final thoughts?
I got one thing to say. Get NBA 2K23. It just dropped 2 days ago. Get it. All right, let's end the show, boys.
Yeah. So, So, any final thoughts, Alex? Any final thoughts, Michael?
Nope.
All right, that's it. This is episode 100 of the Gay Gap Podcast. Yours truly, Grassani, Murdock, Cunningham, Alex Reich, Sam Morell, and our special guest, Emily Van Buskirk. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave a like, follow, or subscribe to the podcast. Also, our joint conversation, and you should leave a comment to YouTube, reach out to us on social media. You may feature at the same including social friends. No strategies, just fantasy. You can match your world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And we're out. And Alex is a pussy.